Around the World with MS World. I'm Dr. Daniel Kanter, immediate past president of the Florida Society of Neurology. We know that in Florida, like much of the country, it can get really hot, and it can get really hot in the summer. So many of you at home may be thinking about what to do to cool down your temperature. The reason that that's important in multiple sclerosis is that in MS, as well as in other neurological diagnoses, the nervous system needs an optimal temperature to be able to send electrical signals. When that temperature is too high, then what happens is it's almost like a short-circuiting, and it means that electrical signals just don't go through as well. And that can bring out older symptoms. It can even make you think that you're having a relapse. It's very important for you to try to differentiate or try to tell the difference between what's an actual relapse and what's what we call a pseudo-relapse, or something that looks like an attack of multiple sclerosis but isn't. Many of you may feel that throughout the day and throughout the year you have fluctuations that happen. Sometimes this is because of external heat. This can also be because of other forms of heat. So humidity itself, even inside air conditioning, where you feel cooler, the humidity can be a problem. But if you have extra stress, as well as if you have any types of infections, that can increase body temperature, and that can mean that you can have uncovering or older symptoms that can come out again. What do you do when you need cooling because of the environment around you? There's two main ways that we deal with cooling when it comes to multiple sclerosis. One way is that we actually use either ice packs or other devices that can get cool, and one of those is actually phase change technology. And basically, it's a pack that when you put it into temperature higher than freezing, so 54 degrees Fahrenheit, what can happen is it will actually change and become much colder. This can be good because it doesn't get as cold as the ice packs that go into the freezer, but on the other hand, it may not last for as long. Sometimes this is used more in kids with multiple sclerosis. The other type of cooling involves evaporative cooling. And the basic idea there is that by dunking the cooling device into water, then as it evaporates, it cools off the body. Sometimes there's actually even fancier devices that can do that, but also you can put them in the freezer and they hold on to some cold as well. So it's important to think about cooling, think about what type of cooling, what kind of environment you live in. In the high humidity areas, often evaporative cooling won't be as useful as using ice pack or even using this phase change technology. Now, it's also important when you're thinking about cooling to think about what areas of the body can get cooled. So there's different types of areas that can get cooled. As you can see, there are ones that are vests that people actually wear, and sometimes even the cooling packs go along the spinal cord itself, and that will cool it off. Other times you'll see people with those neckties, and that can help with cooling. Some people wear hats that have some of this cooling technology in them. And then people even wear cooling devices on their wrists and even on their ankles to try to cool themselves down. As you can imagine, there's a whole different world of cooling, and there's various manufacturers that make different forms of cooling that may be right for you. What you want to do is make sure that you investigate fully the type of device you need. You want to talk to the representatives about what area you live in. Is it a high humidity area or a low humidity area? Where do you feel more problems? What parts of your body? All of these things might be important. If you're interested in what the not-for-profits that deal with multiple sclerosis have, both the Multiple Sclerosis Association of America, the MSAA, with its national headquarters in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, as well as the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation, or the MSF, with its national headquarters in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, both have cooling device programs where they can help financially, and they help with different types of devices. And so it's important to speak to the representatives from the not-for-profits as well. I hope that this has helped you a little bit in trying to untangle some of what can be quite hot and quite sticky at times. Thank you for joining us.